Hey guys, welcome back to the Big Bear and Little Bear channel. Today we are going to be starting a new series on Puyo Puyo Tetris 2. We're going to be going through all of the CPUs and doing mirror matches for them. So basically what that means is we're going to be playing as our mains against every CPU in the game, one on Tetris, one on Puyo, while they're on the same team. And we were going to see how far across the board of characters that we could get before we lost. Honestly, bold prediction from the beginning, we're pretty sure we can get through the first row and half of the second row up until about Lemres before we have to worry about losing. Then, after him, Rafina's going to be really easy. Rulu's probably going to cause troubles, but row number 3 is the scary one, because this is where a lot of the super strong additional characters are. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to be playing as Squares as usual.
Yeah, and I'm going to be playing as O. This first row should be pretty easy, so we're hoping to maybe get through this row today.
Yep, we're just going to, so one Ringo on Puyo, one Ringo on Tetris. As we mentioned in our first tournament video, Ringo is one of, if not the easiest CPU in the game, so honestly, we have no worries playing against her. So yeah, I'm starting off playing as Puyo. I don't know, I might, depending on how the, series is going. I don't know, I might try playing around a Tetris at some point. Just because especially a lot of the CPUs at later points, as you can see here, Ringo's not really doing too much. Some of them are really easy. And then, one thing that you might be wondering, if we do end up losing, which I'm not going to say is impossible because missing quotas exists, I was saying if we did lose, we are going to basically do a best 2 out of 3 with the CPUs we lose to. We do them with every CPU, but I mean, as you can see with Ringo and some of the other ones, it's going to be just extremely easy for us to get through, and it would just be more time-consuming than anything else. So, yeah, if we end up losing, then the plan is to play against them one more time. If we lose again, then we're just going to move on. And the reason why we aren't going to keep, like, banging our heads against the wall until we win is because a lot of the time with some of these CPUs, it would be, here's an hour-long video, it's just us playing against this one CPU, and we never end up winning. So, probably wouldn't be the most enjoyable thing to watch, and it isn't the most enjoyable thing to play, just constantly losing. So yeah, I've been going through doing my typical Puyo strategies, which I am just so used to doing, which entails me getting 1 or 2 pops and then calling it. Just because I think it is the most efficient way to play against a lot of CPUs. Ringo is one of the exceptions to that. I know don't want to keep beating a dead horse here with how weak Ringo is, but honestly, it's just kind of sad sometimes. But yeah, there's Ringo done in record time, basically 3 minutes, not counting the intro. Oh, well, counting the intro, 3 minutes it took to beat her.
Oh, my bad. Oh. I do that a lot.
Yeah, we tend to rematch a lot of people, but alright, that's fine. Okay, so I'll continue playing. Next we're gonna go to Arl, or Arlie. How would you pronounce that?
I always said Arl.
Arl. Yeah, Arl and Ringo and all them. I believe she's better than Ringo. Already looking at her Puyo speed, I'd say she's probably faster than Ringo. I don't believe she is challenging at all. I know she's one of the main story mode characters. I didn't play too much of the story mode. I know Little Bear played a lot more than I did of it, but yeah, I just remember this game's story is weird from what I saw. Just something to do with like school kids and Tetris and not the most intriguing story, if you ask me. Yeah, so hope you guys have been enjoying the content in total. We've been trying to push some new things out. We had some new interests in terms of other content we might want to explore, like the Let's Play that I was doing of Infamous. And we are also looking towards other Puyo series that we wanted to do. There was a few other ones we had ideas for, but this one seemed like one of the most interesting to try out, just to see how it would even play out, because while these beginning episodes might seem like everything's going super easy, once we get lower down the pole of CPUs, it's going to get a lot harder.
Well, what's interesting is, actually, interesting fact about me. I was not very good at Tetris at all in high school. The reason why I started getting more into Tetris and why this game was actually somewhat appealing to me at first is because in high school we had these Chromebooks, but we didn't get technology in high school until I was a junior already.
Terrible computer, by the way.
They were not good. Everybody called them Chromers in high school. And they used to block, like, all the good websites to play games. You know, so we were kind of left with playing, like, a lot of Google games, but also, such as, like, Solitaire and, like, Snake and stuff like that during school. But there was this one unblocked Tetris website that actually wasn't the official Tetris website.
And that's all down.
That we all used to play because it was better than playing Snake over and over again. And actually, I really sucked at it at first. I remember in the... I remember I couldn't get past level 5 in the beginning. Which is actually pretty pitiful. Now I can get to like level 20 fairly easy.
Let's get to work. Here I come.
So yeah, I really enjoyed playing that one in high school. Everybody used to make fun of me a little bit, so I went home and I practiced, and I got a lot better. And now I just really enjoy Tetris. I've noticed that Big Bear always likes the logic games, or I always like the logic games.
Yeah, I definitely don't.
Whereas Big Bear likes the, as my mother would call them, shooter, bang, bang games.
Shooter, bang, bang games are slept on.
Are they though?
No.
Because I think that
like,
they're some of the best selling games out there.
I think they. I would honestly hazard a guess to say that they're like shooter games overall, probably some of the best selling, probably the best selling genre of games that there is at the moment. Just because I mean, you got, if you're counting like Call of Duty and Battlefield and like, I mean, I guess technically Fortnite is a shooter game. You know what? Funny thing, this is our first time mentioning Fortnite. I don't care for it. I know it's the typical thing to say is that you don't like Fortnite, but I'm not a big fan of Battle Royale games, especially not anymore. I think they were an interesting concept at first, but honestly, now that the market is just so oversaturated because everybody and their mother wants to make their own Battle Royale game, it's just, there's just too much now.
Also, me and Big Bear disagree about that saying.
It is
I
everyone
say
and their mother.
Everybody and their brother, but he says everyone and their mother.
Okay, well,
So I would like to know who's right.
Yes, please drop in the comments which one's right there. If you guys say everyone and their mother or everyone and their brother. I've literally always heard mother. Consequently, my mom was the one who used to always say it, so maybe
And
that's
ironically,
why.
neither of us have a brother.
Yeah, no. Boom. That is... What was her name again? Arl? I think it was Arl.
No, Arl was the last one.
Then who's this?
I thought her name was like Amite or something. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, it's like Amite or Amite.
Yeah, Amity.
Amity. These people have stupid names. Maguro. Is it Maguro or Mag Euro?
Let's get to work.
He's got the magazine Euro. Alright, this guy I know is... I accidentally picked Tetris. Okay, that was not on purpose, but I guess I'm playing Tetris. So you can see how terrible I am at Tetris. I guess I was just getting too click happy. Sometimes I forget that Squares' default is Tetris. Because, I mean, his name is Squares, so I guess it kind of makes sense that he would want to do the shape one compared to doing the bubble one. But yeah, as you can already see, if any of you are avid Tetris players, you're probably really cringing at your screens right now as I very pitifully attempt to do anything in this game mode. I don't know why I'm not really good at Tetris. I think the main reason why is when, like Little Bear was saying, in high school, we went to the same high school, a lot of people were really into Tetris and playing it on the Chromebooks. I was definitely more of a watching YouTube kind of guy,
But
so
you couldn't watch YouTube during class.
Yeah, you
But
couldn't,
you could
but I
play
just...
Tetris during class and act like you were.
Well, being a good student, I actually listened to my teachers.
Yeah, well, who got better grades in high school?
Okay, you know what?
Ayo, got him.
Alright, well, what I did was I set my phone on the side of the computer, and I went on my phone while class was going. I didn't bother to play Tetris. But I remember, this might be... I'm gonna have to think about it if we're gonna mention people by names.
Which we should not do.
Yeah. Okay, well, I remember in my government class, the guy I sat next to for that semester in government, because actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think our government teacher ever changed the seating chart once the entire semester. I don't know if...
it was alphabetical the entire time.
Not for me. The guy who I sat next to didn't even have nearly the same letter my last name
It was a T, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
That's close
nowhere.
enough. I am not paying attention to what I'm doing.
I'm not
thinking
either.
about government. Whoa.
Speaking of government, yeah,
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah,
I was about to
this
lose.
was just a terrible match for me. I'm not
And
like,
me.
I'm not good at Tetris at all. I did not mean to pick Tetris. But yeah, well, basically what I was getting at was the guy I sat next to really played a lot of Tetris to the point where like the teacher was getting annoyed with him because of how much he would play and not pay attention to what he was saying. So I just, if I was watching anything Tetris related, it was mainly just me watching him play because I wasn't good enough at it. I tried it. As you can see there, my Tetris skills are sorely lacking.
Well, and that same guy that he was talking about in his government class is who I found out about the Tetris website from.
Yeah, he
Good
was
old
kind
days.
of a ringleader for things that the teachers didn't want us to do. I don't know. I thought he was a pretty chill dude, but I don't know. Yeah, you know, we've gotten all the way to Carbuncle. Carbuncle, I always think, is like the evil twin of O. I know technically it doesn't make any sense if you play the story, because Carbuncle is somehow related to the kids inside the school, and O is related to alien spaceship people or something that play Tetris instead of Puyo.
Well, he's not related to them. He's just
Well,
kinda like
yeah, I
the
mean, he's
sidekick.
with them. Yeah, he's like their mascot or something. I don't know.
He's T's sidekick.
Yeah, like, something. Speaking of T, we will probably be getting to him this episode, actually, and he, much like Ringo, I would say Ringo is very pathetic at Puyo, and T is very pathetic at Tetris. So, that is what we will be playing against later. As you can see here, Carbuncle on Puyo actually isn't that bad, I would say. Not really looking very much at his Tetris gameplays, because I want to pay at least a little bit of attention to what I'm doing, but, yeah, looking at his Puyo gameplay, honestly, he doesn't go as slow as Ringo did, but nobody really does. Nobody with, like, any motor functions past an 80-year-old woman at a nursing home goes as slow as Ringo. Speaking of nursing homes, fun fact about us, we actually worked at a nursing home together. It was fun. We worked in the dietary section together. And washed the dishes. I was not a cook, I was a dishwasher. Glorified dishwasher.
And I was basically a dishwasher as well, but I served the food. I didn't cook it though.
Yeah, I gave them the food, and then I washed their dishes after they were done. Oh, T was closer than I thought he was.
Yeah, here comes T.
Yeah. Everyone's hyped for the O versus O versus O, and Squares is there too match. Alright. Yeah. I am notoriously known for rambling on constantly about different things, so I feel like it does kind of fit non-scripted commentary, though. Luckily, that kind of gives me something good. At least we finally found an upside for it. But yeah, so continuing on. Sorry if this episode, in terms of actual challenge, isn't the most interesting, but with the top row being the easiest people, I mean, you can't really expect anything else, and we didn't want to start from the hardest and move up. Also, I think T's like lose animation is like the most dramatic one. Like, he just falls from the sky. Like, and like anybody else pretty much just like floats to the area that they lose at, and then he just like, because like, they just dropped him out of a plane at like Mach 4. Yeah. Well, let's see here. So, I think the highest chain I've gotten so far has been like 4, honestly. Like, I've really I don't know if I got 4, actually. I think I got 3 is my highest at the moment. You know, it's definitely different than our tournament episode, because at least with the tournament episode, when one of us was playing, the other one wasn't, so it was a lot easier to commentate. But now it's like, alright, we gotta commentate and also play at the same time. But, yeah, T's already done. He is very easy.
Yeah. Alright, this is what we've all been waiting for.
The O versus O versus O versus Squares. I love O. That was awesome. I remember when I first saw him, honestly, I was like freaked out. Like, he just kind of like looked really uncanny at first. Like, it's just like, I was trying to figure out what he was. Also, correct me if I'm wrong a little bit, I believe we looked up what the, like, O that he's saying means, and I think it was sun in Japanese, wasn't it? That it's supposed to be sun.
I think it was sun or sunshine or something like that.
Yeah, so he's saying sun. That was awesome, though. Oh, we should have done the alternate voice for O, the, like, super deep voice. Because all the characters in this game have an alternate voice that you can unlock for them. Some of them, like for Sonic, I think it literally only just changes like 1 or 2 lines that he says, like it's not a voice. And then some people, it's like a completely different voice actor that's doing the lines for them. So it's interesting. We might play around with some of the alternate voices in the future here. Just because it's something that's funny to watch. Ooh, I feel bad for Oaks. I'm about to get an all clear bonus. And, as you beautiful viewers may remember, the all-clear bonus is busted. Just like that. And poor O is getting it to rain on his parade.
I can only imagine what it sounds like right now.
POV. Alright, fellas. Isn't that the joke, guys? I remember, like, as a kid, some of the first couple things I'd watch on YouTube were those POV roller coaster videos, where like somebody would sit on like the front seat of like a roller coaster and they'd like record it and everything. I thought those were like the coolest videos as a kid. I'm like, whoa. And then that's where I learned POV. Yeah. This is a riveting commentary about the state of... You know, speaking of that, state, I was gonna say the state of YouTube. You heard about that new CEO that YouTube got?
Yeah, you told me the other day.
Yeah. So now we move on to S, the stereotypical girly girl character who talks about lipstick, and I can't remember what some of her other spells are called.
Eyelashes.
Yeah, that's another one, eyelashes. Interesting character spells. All of Squares' spells are like shape related, and all of O's spells are just P. That is why O is the most Chad character. Wow, I think that's like the first real bit of actual damage we've taken. It feels like it, at least, honestly, in some of these matches. And how easy they've been going, but I mean, again, I stress that it's definitely not going to stay that way. Like the way that this game's AI works, since they love being completely unfair most of the time.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I see that piece thing.
Yeah.
Anytime you react like that, I'm always just like, okay, I wonder which piece went where it wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, you're fine, little bear. She's super high up. Like, she's not gonna make it. Which way to the berry? That was such a good movie. Weird, interesting fact about me as a kid, my sister really loved the Barbie Fairytopia movies, and before I had any sort of electronic or anything in my room, I would sit out in the living room with her, and we watched it together. And I actually really liked the Mermaidia one. I don't remember the first one. I know me and Little Bear just watched 1 and 2 the other day. 2 is Mermaidia, for all of you not big Barbie fans out there. I don't know how there couldn't be Barbie fans, but yeah, should I don't know if I should plug that one channel that we got those videos from. So we watched it on YouTube. Okay, I'm not going to say what it is, because I don't know if they strictly have the rights for the copyright of the video, but all I'm saying is there's a channel out there where you can watch the movies for free. They don't go into it expecting an animated masterpiece, but it is really funny. Visually they have aged, but the characters in the Mermaidia one are hilarious. It's a good movie to just joke watch, which I really like doing with Little Bear. We like watching bad movies together, which is something I find really fun. Just watch a bad movie together, just have a laugh about it. And I feel like that's something you gotta do, you know? You can't take every movie super seriously. Because if you take everything super seriously, it gets boring. High five. Also, I didn't mention it in the last video we did live commentary for together, but if you ever hear any weird jingles or anything in the background, that's because we have a cat, and she has a bell on her, and when she walks around, she jingles. And she is not even a year old now, so she's pretty loud and pretty rambunctious. Her name is Emmy. I might one day post a community post with a picture of her. Just because I really, I like Emmy. Emmy's cute. She is definitely a kitten. You can really tell that she is extremely hyper, but she's a good cat. I know she's going to be a really loving cat, and she really loves her mom. She loves her so much that she will only clean herself on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing. She will literally lay on me for hours, get up, walk over to Little Bear, and then now start cleaning herself. She never does it on me. I don't know why. I guess, according to her, mom is the best place to clean herself. Which, I mean, to be fair, a lot of kittens, if they're left with their mother tends to clean them. So I don't know, maybe she's thinking that you should be the one doing it.
That's very thoughtful, but
No thank you.
yeah, I don't think so.
Thanks, but no thanks, Emmy. I wonder if that actually is it. I mean, that could make sense. I can see that being a thing. I'll be honest, I am not a, like, animal biologist. I was gonna say veterinarian, but I'm not really
An animal biologist.
what would you call that?
All I know is I put a piece in a horrible spot and I'm gonna lose.
In the words of everyone's favorite green ogre, join the club, we have jackets.
Yeah, well, I just lost for the first time. And it looks like Big Bear is probably gonna lose. Maybe not.
Ah,
He got bricked.
Oh, that was dumb. Okay, well, that was our first round.
Okay, so
since
I'm gonna pay a little bit more attention this time.
I'm going to continue to talk like I normally do because that's just how that's just the kind of boy that I am. Epic reference, music reference. I'd play the song, but I do not want to get copyright struck. As much as I love Fall Out Boy, I don't think that they'll give us a pass to use their music. What if they did, though? Oh, that would be hilarious. If they were like, yes, you, really tiny channel, you get to use our music copyright free, just because we like it. Maybe we'll ask them in person.
Maybe they're Puyo fans.
What if they were? I mean, Patrick Stump would definitely be a Puyo fan.
How can you tell?
I don't know. I'm a Puyo fan and I like Patrick Stump. He's probably my favorite in the band, I'd say. I think the default answer to go is with P, but I don't know. I'm a Patrick Stan, as the kids say. I think the kids still say that. I don't know.
They used to say that when we were in high school.
Probably not anymore. Then.
Probably not.
Man, that is one of the biggest things that will make you feel old when you're out of school. When you start to realize that you no longer know the hip lingo. And man, that really hit me hard. Because I used to work at McDonald's when I was 16. And you really heard all the hip lingo when you were there. And then especially when I got a little bit older, since I was with them for a while because I wish I was sponsored, but not sponsored. Their college program that they have where they help pay for your college, the tuition assistance, I don't know why that was like really slipping my mind what that was called. Their tuition assistance is actually pretty good. So I was staying with them through college, and I just remember being like a manager working with these high schoolers, and they'd be talking about things that were like Liddy on cap, no G or something, and I was like, I have no idea what you guys are saying.
You sound like the parent that's trying to be hip and cool in those
I do
movies or
sound
those
like,
commercials.
yeah. Yeah, I'm very much out of the loop now. I'm not even that old either. The times are changing so hard. These kids these days. It looks like we are on the last one of Group 1. Jay and Ellie.
Is it our turn?
Or L.
Or L, I
Is
guess.
it our turn?
Is one of those a guy? I have no idea. I think the one with the purple hair is. Well, because, I mean, Jay's not really a girl's name, is it?
Can be unisex.
I guess.
Yep, so they're the last ones.
Yeah, here we go. The final round. I don't think, looking over at them, I don't think they're that hard, so it's not like we're ending with a bang here. But that's the weirdest thing. There's one more character in the game who I would say is very tightly close to Ringo for easiest in the game. I have no idea what her name is. We always just call her Please Go Easy on Me Girl because she always says that before, like, when you pick her to play against.
And she's in row 3.
She's in row 4. She's at the very bottom.
Yeah, she's in the last
Yeah,
row.
she's like in the last row, which you would not expect because you think it'd get harder as you went down, but no, for some reason she's like extremely easy, and she will be the fight after Miss Accord. So we'll go from hardest fight in the game to arguably the easiest fight in the game. So that's going to be an interesting end to an episode and an interesting beginning to an episode. Not getting too much insight into future project ideas, but one of the things we were thinking about doing actually related to Miss Accord, and we were going to go through the line of characters again with one of the with a CPU on our team. I was thinking we could adjust. We could like either I don't know. I'd have to see which one you like better. Little Bear, but I was thinking we could either have them default to whatever they do, so like for example Ringo's Puyo, Squares is Tetris, or we could choose which one we want them on. I think honestly their default would basically effectively be the same thing as us choosing them, because Kids typically better with that, but yeah, so we are going to have them on our team, and we were going to play against Miss Accord and see how long it took us to beat her.
Alright, last round, hopefully we'll win. Looks like they're getting pretty high up.
Yep, alright. So I'm just going to... I'm hoping that I can... Okay, this will at least do something to them. I think Little Bear just hit them a second ago too, so might be building up here. Speaking of building up, we need to build up a better resistance to these blocks, because they're getting hit by them. Trash talk. I'm good at trash talk.
Yes, you are. You got it.
See, I beat that one right there with that trash talk. That's actually what beat them. Don't look at the blocks. Don't replay the footage. It's all your fault, L. Yeah, I think that's what they say when they lose.
Yes.
Well, they say, like, J says it's all your fault, L, and L says it's all your fault, J, but I don't know. I guess J talks louder, because I never hear L say it's all your fault, J. But yeah, we did it. There we are, the first round. We technically only lost a single round. It was against the dog. I honestly can't remember his name right now. And I have a terrible memory with these characters' names. Little Bear, do you think it shows what his name was? Now I don't want to remember. Oh, it's AI? Is it literally just AI? That's stupid.
How did we never notice that before?
That's stupid. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. That was the end of the video there. We ended up beating the entire first row. Next time we'll be going up against the second row, and we'll be playing against Sig first. The guy with the red arm and the ladybug.
His eyes are really cool.
They are cool. I do like the different colored eyes. That's why Handsome Jack is one of my favorite villains. But yeah, alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Please remember to subscribe for more. And bye from the Big Bear.
And bye from Little Bear.